Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here again at SUI. Double checking this. I got a request from one of my community members a while back, if I recall correctly. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on my my requests here, but Cassio asked for an update, and I think some of our community members are actually talking about this in the chat. So I just kind of very curious as to what's going on here. It's one of the few coins that's in the green today, so let's see if it's worth taking a long or a short, if it's going to dump, is it going to bump, what's going on here. So we'll quickly start with our foundational liquidation levels, just kind of see what's going on first, and then go from there. If you are new to the channel, just ask you hit the like button, comment below. If you've been watching for a while, even more appreciative of you hitting the like button every video. Absolutely, thank you for that. Let's get this in front of more people so they can learn to stop getting destroyed by the market and those moon boys. So looking at SUI here, this is the leverage the last 7 days worth of trading. And we can see heavy concentration, about 75 million, roughly at about 65 cents. So 65 cents is just above the most recent high. That's very standard for us to see liquidation levels just above the price action. When it's in an uptrend and the inverse as well, a lot of people trying to short this coin. I would recommend caution trying to short coins right now, but it makes sense as to why they're doing it, because Bitcoin's pulling back. However, this coin is holding strong. When a coin like this goes sideways and Bitcoin goes down, what happens when Bitcoin goes back up? For the most part, you see money flowing into coins like this, but there's also an inverse situation too, where people can take profits on a coin like this because it's the only profitable coin in the market, right? Or one of the few. So there's a handful of different case scenarios. We're going to double check a few things here. So let's look at the daily time frame, work our way down, kind of see what's going on here. Daily time frame's taken a pretty big hit, as most coins did. Bottomed out pretty strong there at about 46 to 56 cents. And you look at the history, we didn't quite hit our all-time lows back in 23. So it could be worse. It can still get worse. Just keep that in mind. If we do take a look at recent daily closures here, this is something that's important to note. We're seeing a rejection here at the 64 cents roughly. We can see the price action came up to that level and rejected out. So we got, what, 4 days worth of support previously, broken down below that. We can presume that's going to be the new resistance. Does that mean you short into 64 cents? Not necessarily. It just tells us that, hey, that's an area that we got to respect. We need a lot more volume to be able to get through that. Key takeaway here, though, or good news is, silver lining, there's a lot of volume flowing into this coin right now, much more than other coins. And that's obviously the reason why it's sustaining its price action. So what does that all mean? Well, let's take a look. First of all, when we look at these metrics here, so to speak, they're all the same as most other coins. That typical breaking 30 or bouncing out that 30 RSI, so to speak, continuing higher, stochastic looking like it's gonna break bullish, and same thing with the MACD as well. So most coins are exuding the same behavior. You've got to keep that in mind. There's nothing special about this. We also want to recognize too that this descending trend here, we are tentatively breaking free from that. So we'll just go ahead and put this on the charts for the moment and just kind of pay attention to that guy and see what that does for us later. We also want to recognize too that we're not above any moving averages yet, and that's also going to work as a resistance for us. So there's a lot more room for growth, but there's also a lot more room for rejection, both at pretty much at every one of these fib levels. 0.5 is a common retracement level at 68 cents. We could see a rejection there. We are already rejecting off 63 cents, and of course that golden pocket is 74.75. So we're not in the clear yet, okay? Just to keep that in mind. Not to say the price can't still continue higher. It's looking pretty strong here. But if we do take a look at this obvious overextension, we're at a 9 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. We are basically 16 hours into this overextension, okay? So it doesn't mean the price is going to rip down, but it does imply that we shouldn't experience the price to go back up much further. We could very well see a bounce off this local fib here at 56 cents here soon. That would be a logical way in which the price should progress. Does logic and things progress the way that it should happen in crypto? No, that's far from the truth. So truth is, this coin will, even though everyone's shorting it like crazy, it'll probably continue going higher, right? That's just kind of the nature of things, and that's how it is. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. That's crypto for you. All that being said, what does that mean for us here? Well, the 4-hour time frame, we are stochastically swinging down. We're losing our momentum. Makes sense. We're topped out. We've been running for what? I don't know, somewhere in the range of like 70 some odd hours in the same direction. Actually, no, hold on. 72 hours would be a full 9 there. So that would, honestly, we're in a situation where we're pretty far overextended, okay? There's no other way around it. So we've been moving in the same direction for at least a day and a half, and it would make sense for the price to pull back. While I'm off in those hours, the obvious thing here is that we're maxing ourselves out. Keep in mind, money flow index is off, considering how aggressive the price sold off, and we're just kind of seeing that natural averaged up, so to speak. So even though MFI is high, it's still not like a super good metric for us to trust right now. Being over 50 on the RSI is, however, so that to me seems like we're on the right side of tracks. We do take a look at the moving averages, the SMAs. We're above the 20, which is fantastic. That's right there at about 58 cents, but we're getting rejected by the 50-day SMA too. So 50 SMA, previous daily candlestick closure at 64 cents. It would seem sensible the price action is going to keep going sideways, build a base of foundation and volume, and then leg up from here, or retrace to the more logical next low here, 0.236 fib low, about 57 cents, maybe the 20-day SMA, and then bounce from there. Yeah, so again, possible scenarios look like this and or like this. Okay, generally speaking, we got to get past 64 cents to have any confidence in taking a long at this point. I don't like to take a long at the top unless I know that that resistance range has been broken. So that to me seems pretty important. MACD is slowly losing momentum as well. So the 4 hour still looks good and strong. It's just that it's nearing its top, right? And most things that are topped out, they need to consolidate or retrace. Good news is we're seeing about what? This is a solid amount of consolidation here. I mean, on the hourly, we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 6 to 8 hours worth of continuation just straight up to the side alone. And if we do take a look at the Ichimoku Cloud, we can confirm everything is telling us that you want to leave your long position open. So is it a point in which you want to take a long right now? Me personally, no, I wouldn't want to take a long at this exact moment. But I would feel comfortable taking a long if the price pulls back a little bit lower, that maybe 57, 58 cent range. I'll go ahead and add alert if we get lucky, see the price pull back to that, that local area. But for the most part at this point, I would hold your position open if you have a long. Just keep in mind the lagging span is getting close to the price action. Next 5 or so hours, the price doesn't break up or break out, then there's a solid chance we're going to see a retracement. Good news is, though, we got some good support here with the cloud, and more importantly, the conversion line being above the baseline. That's good momentum too. So the truth is we're in good shape. We're just not in great shape. Okay, as far as taking a long right now. Now, do you short to a lower level? Probably not, even though I'm expecting Bitcoin to pull back a little further. It's just not really safe to short a coin that's this strong. It just doesn't make a ton of sense. It's the same concept with Solana. I don't recommend shorting Solana either, even though there's definitely a profit to be taken. It's just a higher risk because it's such an inversely paired coin where it's going up when Bitcoin's going sideways and still maintaining its range when Bitcoin goes down. Those are good coins you want to invest in. So that should give you some insight. I hope you learned something here today. Thanks again, folks, for watching. You want to learn a whole heck of a lot more, jump on over to our Discord, Twitter, Telegram, Discord, whatever the case is. We've got a trading university, trade alerts now. These are a really cool feature people are really appreciating. And thank you again for the awesome feedback. And of course, you want to be part of our signals here too. We shorted Bitcoin from 57,000. We've secured about 20% profit so far there. Hindsight, I wish I'd taken more shorts, but hey, it's okay. Well, I'm okay with slow and steady wins the race, folks. That's all there is to it. Try not to get rich fast here. Not try not to. It's okay if you do, but the odds of it happening is pretty low, so you may as well pace yourself. All right, folks. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.